men's. And now it's time for the women's. Cynthia Bolingo, the Belgian, is the first to appear through that ceiling light in number 1. You'll find the Irish runner Adeleke.
She's a very young woman competing in the under 23 category and recently broke the Irish record while competing in the United States.
Ohuruogu, the British woman, is the woman in lane 3. And from here on out, there will only be 2 flags. Either Poland or the Netherlands.
Uruguay set a personal best in the semifinals.
Well, first up is Poland. Omar Vitan. Hers will be lane 2.
Perhaps the least scary of the 3 Polish women in this final.
Lane 2 for Omar Vitan. Kielbasinska in one of the central lanes, lane number 4.
Well, pay attention to this woman, 4th on the European list for the year 2028, a former 200-meter runner.
Outside of everything, in lane number 8, Lieke Klaver will start.
This woman, the second of the Dutch, a real kamikaze. She loves to go out and burst in the first 200.
The one who looks to be closer to FEM than Bol is Natalia Kaczmarek, lane number 6 for her.
Well, she did those 49.86 in Silesia just 10 days ago. So she is one of the big favorites.
Yesterday, Mare ran 2/10 faster than this woman. Femke Bol with that blue background number that certifies her as the woman who has run the fastest this year in Europe at this distance. The 400-meter Lisko Skull in lane 5 will have the reference of Natalia Kaczmarek.
Well, she ran that national record, 49.75, in the same race in Silesia, so that duel is repeated in this final. Tam is looking for her first of the 2 golds. She's been looking for here in individual events. This is perhaps the most difficult event.
Well, I was saying that Bol runs slower in the semis than Kielbasinska, Klaver, and Kaczmarek, but how slower she ran than the others, practically jogging the last 70-80 meters. Well, there we have all the cameras, all the spotlights on this young ballista who dares to do everything. Of course, she also dares to do the flat. 22 years old. She's looking for the triple. Well, I don't doubt it. I said the double before. Perhaps the triple? I don't doubt that she's looking for the triple here in Munich 2022. Basinska 4, Bol 5, Kaczmarek 6, Klaver 8. Valid start. In just 45 seconds, we will know the composition of the podium of the forwards in the women's category. Adeleke, the Irish woman, started very fast on lane number 1. There was balance between the favorites. There was balance until the counter straight came, and Kaczmarek was eating up the meters of compensation that Bolingo had. The Polish woman appeared as the first classified on the second curve, but Femke Bol was already reacting and was going to take the lead of the race in lane 8. Klaver was very close with them. It seems that things will be between those 3 women. Watch out for Adele, the Irish woman, in lane number 1, who could end up winning the medals. Or Kielbasinska in lane number C. Femke Bol won with 494. Kaczmarek was second. Kielbasinska third. What time from Femke Bol under 49.5 seconds.
What a magnificent race, huh? The best European time of the year. Femke Bol, look, she ran her race. She didn't want to go after Kaczmarek and Kielbasinska, Kaczmarek, Kielbasin, who ran her race too. It was Klaver, right by the outside lane, the fastest in the first 200. And then the last straight, obviously, Femke Bol put in her stride, her ease. In running, took the title. Kaczmarek, who does justice to that second favorite. And finally, Klaver, who seemed like she could take the bronze, nailed it in the last meters, while Basinska came from behind and ended up taking the bronze.
Juan Carlos, this woman at 22 years old, dominates the lap of the track and all the registers. If McLaughlin didn't exist, what would be left for Femke? No, about how do you motivate Femke Bol? Because at a European level, we have just seen she has no rivals, neither with nor without hurdles.
Yes, and she also handles both distances very well, right? Not like others, for example, in men's competition. We don't see anyone who is capable, right, of doing what this woman does.
I mean, well, we'd have to see right.
Well, but at the moment, we haven't seen it.
Hasn't done it. Exactly. She hasn't done it.
But I'm telling you, the ball, well, come on. In addition to running like Los Angeles, as you can see, she has tremendous technique. She caresses the ground. She glides across the track. Hey, she was the indoor world hurdles champion. Already, she's unbeatable at a European level. And what you were asking me about, of course, is she lucky or unlucky enough to coincide with the two best female hurdlers of all time, like Mohammed, McLaughlin, her? Of course, if those two weren't there, Bol would also be the best. This woman, well, I think she can even improve even more than those 49-44 because she has had a position. But it is true that she has been measuring herself at all times. She has not taken many risks because she has gone to win, simply to win, not to score. And, well, she's a tremendous athlete, and this type of athlete is what athletics really needs, right? We saw her with a shin ball at a world level, well, at a European level, well, be well. She has to continue not enlarging her legend with these doubles. Let's see now in the hurdles. She has it much better in hurdles. And the truth is that a woman who I think, if injuries respect her, can make it.
Attention now to the women's 400 meters. So right on the outside, that's Alysia Smith. The German 52.07 of S has been dabbling with the 800, looking to transition to the 800, but only a best of 205. I mean, that's not going to challenge even a national final over in Germany. So it hasn't had too much success when looking to step up to the 800. So was an athlete who was consistent in that German 4x4 quartet, perhaps stepping back down again. Paris Peoples then. Great to have her here, the Arkansas athlete. She won in Italy just a few days ago, actually. So she comes into this in good form. Well, Coetzee, Chirani's a no-show. Miranda Coetzee of South Africa. Another athlete to look out for. Well, there is Chirani, apologies. She goes in 3. A slight change on the lane draw, 51.06. What can she do? The consistent Italian 4x4 runner is Chirani. And on the men's side, we've got almost their whole quartet who are going to line up. And Mari Bonin. World University Games gold medalist. Fantastic platform for athletes like that to really kickstart their senior campaigns. And there's Veronica Georgievic on the inside, 51.72. Tough lane draw for her, considering it comes to lifetime best. She's within 0.5 of a second to the fastest in the field. So Paris Peoples and Coetzee are the ones to look out for. They go in 4 and 5. Coetzee 2 times the African champion. Can she win here? A lot of South Africans base themselves here during their winter, during their summer season. Coetzee's one of them. So the women's 400-meter final is off and away. Look out for Coetzee, as I mentioned. She goes in 4, starting fast. Paris Peoples in 5. Already up on Alysia Smith on the outside. You'd expect that. She's a second or so better than her just this year. So Smith struggling to hold pace with Paris Peoples, who is looking very, very smooth through this opening 200. And this the two-time African champion, but today is not going to be her day as Paris Peoples is just cruising around the top end. We'll have to keep an eye on the clock here because this could be fast, ladies and gentlemen. On the inside as well, Virginia Trani. Could we have an Italian victor here? Meeting Lignano Sabidorio. Or is the American going to cause an upset? She's going to hang on, it looks like. The two Italians will come through. Trani gets second, 51-56. For Peoples, just 0.2 of a second of her season's best. Well, she had that race won for me in the first 200, didn't she, really? I mean, Wetsy was supposed to be her nearest challenge. She'll be very, very disappointed with that. 50.6, her lifetime best, way off the mark today. I'm sure she'll have her reasons. Never easy, but when the winning time is 51.5 as well, you look at that and that could have boosted her world ranking points from Coetzee, because that's going to be all important for a lot of these women. Look at their qualifying mark, 50.75. Coetzee does have, but not this year. So Paris Peoples, the American, conquers in Italy. Trani in second there, dipping below 52 seconds. And the Croatian right on the inside. I mentioned she had a tough lane draw, 52.28. Punched way above her weight in that field. Now dipping Coetzee. Biljon there as well, another South African. And Schmidt, 53.41. The German 4x4 run down in 6th place. There's your winner. There'll be two men's 400-meter races up next. And we welcome more South Africans, more Jamaicans, and more Australians as well. A little bit of a theme to it here. And of course, Italians on home soil. But the international stars tend to come from just those three nations, South Africa, Australia, Jamaica. And there you have it. First American winner today, Paris Peoples. Looks happy enough, doesn't she? Brilliant crowd here. I mean, they are very, very engaging. It's a great noise on that home straight. And you've got to love these meetings on the European circuit, haven't you? I mean, this is proper European racing. Once upon a time, the Diamond Leagues didn't always exist.
The women's 400 meters brought together two powerful storylines that merged into one electric showdown on the track. On one side stood Femke Bol, the queen of the one-lap event, the athlete who had already conquered Europe and was chasing a historic multi-event sweep. On the other side, a hungry field of challengers, including a resurgent Alysia Smith and a confident US squad ready to prove they could dominate even against the continent's best. From the moment the athletes took their positions, the atmosphere felt charged. The lineup featured Europe's strongest names: Natalia Kaczmarek, Anna Kielbasinska, Victoria Ohuruogu, Rhasidat Adeleke, but every camera inevitably returned to Bol, calm and composed, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The gun fired, and the rhythm of the race took shape instantly. Adeleke blasting out aggressively, Kaczmarek driving hard through the back straight, and Smith showing a surprising return to form with a clean, controlled stride in the outer lane. Bol, however, never panicked. Her strategy was the same one that made her a champion: stay patient, stay tall, and let the race come to her. Through the first 200 meters she remained measured, almost quiet in her movement, watching her rivals spend their energy early. Meanwhile, Team USA executed their phases with flawless discipline, each athlete moving like a piece in a larger plan designed to control the race from within. Entering the final bend, the field tightened. Kaczmarek pushed to keep her lead, the Americans increased their tempo, and Smith fought to stay in contention. But in the last 100 meters, everything changed. Bol opened her stride and surged with that unmistakable power. Smooth, effortless, devastating. She glided past the field, crossing the line with authority, while the U.S. anchor responded with her own explosive finish, securing a dominant position for the American squad and sending a clear message to future competitors. In the end, the race became more than a competition. It was a statement from multiple directions. Bol reaffirmed her status as Europe's unrivaled force in the 400 meters. The Americans demonstrated their depth and hunger ahead of the major championships. And for Alysia Smith, it was a reminder that her true place, her true strength, still lies in the one-lap sprint.